Hi, I'm Lloyd Tabb. I'm first Looker, and if Looker were the Starship Enterprise, I would be Spock, Chief Science Officer.
It becomes immediately apparent when you meet Lloyd that he is just compulsively driven to help people. For example, all of my kids, he's been this mentor, helping them find interesting things, giving them advice about what to do. That's kind of on this personal level, but you see that same mentoring on a professional level.
Lloyd has this passion for what he does that is just infectious, and I've seen that sort of permeate the entire culture of the company as we've grown.
So Lloyd thinks about the world differently than just about anyone that I know. My initial thoughts on him were it's going to be a really interesting company no matter what, and that it's going to go about things in a way that isn't kind of like standard and normal, and it's probably going to end up resulting in a product that people really, really love.
So in 2011, I was working at a company with Ben that wasn't going to make it in the way we wanted to do it. And so I was thinking about actually going to live in Spain with my daughter for a year abroad. She decided at the last moment she didn't want to do it. And when I went, I had a plan to go write Looker. It was one of those things that I knew could exist in the world, that it needed to be written. It was like knowing a book needed to be written.
I sat down and had coffee with Lloyd when I met him, and he just had this incredible amount of enthusiasm for what he was doing. I thought it was going to be sort of like an informal interview, but he ended up just like pulling open his laptop and showing me Looker and just like going off about everything that Looker could do. So I'd say it was his passion and enthusiasm for what he does that was sort of very enticing.
When I first met with Lloyd out at Verve on 41st, I looked at Looker and I said, Lloyd, this is insane what you've built here. It was a whole new way to slice and dice data that existed in like this new world of data infrastructure.
First off, as a leader, Lloyd's super charismatic. He makes people win. So he's really concerned about making his team members and his win more than himself. And I think that it shows, and it makes people naturally want to work with him.
He doesn't talk about how do I hire people or how do I get someone to join. He goes, how can I find a seat on the rocket ship for this person? And that goes for who he hires. It goes for how he compensates them. Lloyd wants to treat everyone who works for him the way he would like to be treated. And I find that to be a very, very rare trait, especially in this day and age.
Lloyd has this thing, he always says, we'll succeed when our customers succeed. And that's something that's very much inherent in our culture. And that's something that Lloyd has put an emphasis on since the beginning. It's one thing to have an idea in your head, and it's another thing to take that and make a company out of it. And Lloyd had an idea and has built one of the leading tech companies in Santa Cruz off of that.
I think what Lloyd has done is he's created real jobs and real viable employment, not just for sort of the folks who have been around here for 20 or 30 years, but also the people new coming out of UCSC and some of the other schools. We've hired lots of people from Santa Clara, we've hired people from Stanford, we've hired people from UCSC. And I think what we've been able to do is create real jobs for people here in the Santa Cruz region that will help drive the rest of the economy here.
First off, Lloyd's really passionate about Santa Cruz and technology in Santa Cruz. I know he's gone to great lengths to keep people local and to actually support the local economy and to make it a better place. He's passionate, he gets involved with the community, he gets involved with the schools. I think that he's just a model citizen, and it's great to see people like this succeed in business and bring more jobs and more to the Santa Cruz economy.
Lloyd's been selfless. He's been selfless to his friends. He's selfless to the people he mentors. He's selfless to everyone at Looker. And I think it's actually just about time that we honored all those things Lloyd has done and appreciated his accomplishments.
I'd like to thank my mentors. I've had so many mentors that I can barely count them. It dates back to 8th grade when Philip Oppenheimer, my 8th grade math teacher, took me into his computer club and taught me programming. It moves forward to my college and the professors, their ability to spend time with me and mentor me. Mentorship is everything, and it's been tremendous for me, and it's also a tremendous part of Looker's values. We teach our clients about data, and we teach each other about data, and it's fantastic.